Welcome back, Royal Nation, to another installment of Raw View, where you get a better insight of each king and queens behind the scene. I'm your host, Cheno Royal, baby. I'm here with, what's your name, guys?
My name's Garrett Weber.
Garrett?
I'm Dustin Baker.
Hey, Dustin, how you guys doing today, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
Pretty good?
I'm all right.
Hey,
we're good.
yeah, they were just walking down the street, and I just saw them. I'm like, hey, guys, come on in.
Yeah, totally.
Come on in.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just casually, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we look great for the casual homeless guys.
Sure.
We might need money, we might not.
I need money.
Everyone needs a little money.
All right. Yeah, true, very true. But hey, how's the day been for you guys? Like,
It's been good.
Been good?
Just doing what we usually do, tattooing.
okay,
And tattooed a couple people. They were real nice.
Okay.
Good times always.
anything interesting happened today, or like,
No, not really.
no, just same old, same old. Yeah.
Yeah, we're a pretty boring crew.
Okay.
But I like it that way,
Okay. Go ahead for the fans at home. Like, we'll go for both of you.
Mhm.
Elaborate on who you are and who you are.
Again, I am Garrett Weber. I tattoo here in Fort Wayne, Indiana at Studio 13. I've been tattooing for about 7.5-ish years, all that time in Fort Wayne. And yeah, I'm a guy, I guess.
I love it.
I'm one of the guys.
Just a guy.
Yeah.
I'm a dude.
Dustin?
My name's Dustin. I also tattoo here in Fort Wayne.
I love it.
Yeah. I've been tattooing about 14 years now. Most of it over in Ohio. Go
Okay.
Buckeyes. But yeah, that's it to me. You know.
We'll go in reverse order now. Like, Dustin, like, how'd you get into tattooing? Like, have you always had a passion for tattooing?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, I fell into it. Like, I got my first tattoo on my 16th birthday. I don't know why my parents signed for me. That's crazy to think.
Like, all right.
Yeah, because I wouldn't sign for my son. I'm like,
Right.
nah, dude, you gotta wait till you're an adult.
Yeah.
But I got my first tattoo on my 16th birthday, and a couple months later, got another one, and then by the time I was 18, I was a senior in high school with my knuckles done.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you get on your knuckles?
It wasn't on talk about it. It's nothing cool. Yeah. But yeah, I ended up becoming friends with the guy.
Okay.
And then he moved his shop from a town a little 20 minutes away from me to the town I live in. And I went and kind of helped out here and there. And one day he called me and said, yo, how would you like to learn how to tattoo? And I was
That's kind of crazy.
I was 22 at that point. I had a winter job. I had a summer job going back and forth. I didn't have nothing going for me. So I was like, yeah, all right, let's do it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Garrett, how about you, man? How'd you get into all this stuff? Something you just see on the side of the street, like, hey, you like tattooing?
Yeah, someone wants to get tattooed, No, like my beginning was mostly just like being interested in art as a whole, like throughout like all of like high school and stuff, and I really wanted to pursue it to whatever degree that could be. And I'm from Leo originally, so like not a heavily tattooed area at all.
Right.
Just a small town outside of Fort Wayne. So I just didn't really get a big exposure of like tattoos and stuff until like I started going to shows and seeing it on like musicians and stuff. I was like, that shit's so cool. I just want to be tattooed. And like the moment I started like getting tattooed and like seeing them more regularly, I just like couldn't put it away. I'm just like using anything that I could to like find it, whether it be like some sort of like an Instagram or Tumblr post thing that's just like sharing cool ass tattoos all the time.
Right.
So eventually I started getting cool ass tattoos for myself, and I got offered an apprenticeship when I was like 18, 19 and stuff from a guy who should not have been giving me an apprenticeship for multiple reasons. One, because
Isn't that how it always goes?
It seems like it. But again, I at that point had like no real direction or drive for that, besides the fact that he had said that like, hey, like you have like a lot of questions for this, a lot of aptitude, I think.
Right.
And just kind of put it in front of me, and I was like, I think that makes sense. And again, it was like I was going like once a week or less, whatever I could make sense at the time. But he was just trying to fill chairs more than anything.
That's crazy.
But my dad had found out about it.
Oh,
and,
no.
At the time, being the white privileged asshole that I am, he owned my car and my phone and stuff like that. He's
Oh,
like, that shit
jeez.
goes away. And I said, that's fair. So I took a stop to all that for a moment. I was like, I would have sucked anyways. Like, never would have made it anywhere.
Yeah.
And like put it on the back burner, went to college. And then like took like a gap year thing after like I was almost done. And then started like working again and started getting tattooed again and fell into like the same sort of spot, like where like a completely different guy, my mentor now, Matt Carver at Dark Horse Tattoo
Shout
here in
out.
Fort Wayne, Indiana. Shout out.
Shout out.
Yeah, he again. I started getting tattooed by him. Started helping him out a little bit, like as they were like moving shops, like from like one closet to the next. And he just really liked me and thought I had an aptitude for it. And from there, like he just like similar to Dustin reached out and was just like, hey, like, would you think of doing this? And like since then, it's just been constant. Like it was on my mind, but I'm one to be very quickly defeated and be like, no. Like I said, like I would have done terrible, but would have just been
Right.
washed out like really quick. But again, with that, like instead, like I got a really good nurturing environment for it to just like do whatever made sense to me artistically. And just like constantly been around like good artists and good influence that like pushed me farther and farther, and just even more so now that I'm at a Studio 13 Tattoo in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Wink,
Wink,
wink.
wink.
Just saying.
Also, you know, one of the best shops in town, in my opinion.
Just saying.
Just saying. But yeah, I mean, and I'm here about 8 years later.
Okay. Now, something that I've always asked, whether they're tattoo artists or like business, like any entrepreneur, artist or anything, but how's the community for like tattooing? Like, I know you said that you came from out of town at least. Is how has the scene at least embraced you, and like how have you viewed the scene?
Dustin and I have talked about this together a few times, about like just the differences of like where we are now versus like where maybe he was before, and how he like the kind of the environments that he was in. Like I said, with my mentor and stuff like that, he was very encouraging. Just like get out there, meet the people that like you want to get tattooed by, that inspire you, whether that's like here or states away or whatever. Just like get that, learn from them, take in as much as you can. And that's again for myself, my own culture of that like was so encouraging. So like find what finds you and try to push that forward. Obviously there's pockets of like, you know, some like ego stuff that happens, like whether it's myself or somebody else,
right?
But like I think overall like everything feels pretty healthy as of late, as much as it can. Obviously we want to encourage like people that want the right things out of tattooing, like, you know, giving people good tattoos, stuff that they can be proud of, and you know, and trying to do better every day, and not just like churning out whatever for whoever. Like again, everybody deserves a tattoo, but they also deserve a good one, one that they're going to be proud of, and not, you know, something that's just going to line your pocket. That's not really what this is about. And again, a lot of the people, at least that I surround myself with, and the shop in general, is just really about that. Really, just you know, trying to get the best for as many people that like want a good tattoo. And yeah, so again, around here, it's been awesome. Dustin, tell me about you.
What's your take on this, buddy?
I agree. I think here in town, especially the shop we're at, everyone's working together. Studio 13 Tattoo.
Wait, I couldn't hear you from this far away. What did you say?
Studio 13 Tattoo.
There we go. I'm picking it up in my head.
There we go. Yeah. There, inside that shop, everyone wants everyone else to do the best job they can. And of course, you would hope that other shops would have the same thing. But sometimes they lack that encouragement or the affirmation that you're doing something right.
Right.
And I've been in shops where it's like outside of that shop, it doesn't exist. Yeah, it's like you know, the other tattooers are the enemy down the street.
Right.
And here, it doesn't feel like that.
Okay.
It doesn't feel like anybody's the op in the situation. It's just, we're here to make good tattoos. We're here to provide these people who are coming to us for this essentially life-changing thing,
Mm-hmm.
provide them with the best experience we absolutely can and the best tattoo we absolutely can. And when everyone's on that same page, it's awesome.
I
It's
love
great.
that. Now, everybody has their like highs and low moments. Like, what's a crazy moment for you, like in that aspect? Like, what's a high moment where it's just like, man, I love this, and then a low moment of like, what the fuck is going on around here?
So recently I did this Pokemon tattoo and I was pumped about it.
Okay.
We have a coworker who we have a few everyone there is great. We have a coworker who is sweet as can be. She's real good at what she does. Real good. And she told me that it was her favorite tattoo that I've done. And for me that was like, yo,
Like,
I'm
all
getting
right.
somewhere.
Yeah.
That made me feel great. And then on the flip side of that, I feel like there are days where I do a tattoo and it comes out great. Like we're not doing bad tattoos, but it comes out great. But you start with this idea of how you're going to do it in your head, and by the end of it, you're like, well, I have to do it this way now and this way, and it beats you down when
Right.
you get it done. You're like, that didn't go how I wanted it to do. There are times where you're like, I'm just gonna go home and never come back. Like I just can't.
Can't do this anymore, man.
Yeah. This is it for me. This is the last tattoo I ever do.
I'll be seeing you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Everybody's like, no.
Yeah.
And then secretly they're like, man, I don't know.
yeah. The tattoos aren't bad by any means, but you're like, I really wanted to do this real cool blue fade all the way through there, and then you get done, you're like, I just had to color it solid blue. It looked great, but my soul is crushed.
Quite.
Yeah,
Just this little bit.
yeah, absolutely.
But Garrett, what about you, man? Like, what's a high moment for you and a low moment?
So, no like specifics, but like what I've been finding in the last couple of years, we've been, like I said, we do a lot more like conventions and shows lately,
Okay.
and the real highs for me is like the just connecting to like random people, like again, just like in this sort of way, but especially like if they like really get what I'm putting out there. Like I usually just bring like a book full of just available designs. Usually they're like dumb frogs and stuff like that.
They're good frogs.
Yeah, they're good frogs, but they are a little dumb, and that's okay. I like them. They're hot dog panthers and stuff like that. Just silly stuff. It's my favorite thing in the world. And then when people come up and they're just excited about it genuinely, and they're like, I want that, I need that. And again, that just starts it, which is great. But again, especially like when it's like I'm meeting these like people from Texas or like Las Vegas that like are like just like vibing with me on the same level that I'm hoping for. Like we're just like, I've never met you before, but like we're fucking friends now. Like this,
Right.
it feels good. Like no matter where I am, that like there is connection being made and that they're having a good time and can get to leave with a cool tattoo and a cool experience, hopefully. And again, yeah, it just feels good to like really like be with people and stuff like that.
Right.
And again, other tattooers too, but you especially just like random clients that you never thought you'd meet. They're like, this is my fucking guy now.
Right.
I love that.
I've always wanted to ask that too, like
Yeah.
kind of doubling down on that is like, I know personally for me and like my tattoos, like when I first met my tattoo artist, shout out, you know who you are, but it's like, I told him when I first got mine, I was like, look, man, this is like a marriage contract. Like I'm like, if you're doing this, you're at least doing the rest.
Yeah.
No matter where you are.
Yeah.
Like, what's the, is it like a bonding thing? Or is like, does it vary like on the tattoo? Like, is it?
It varies. A lot of it is like, I mean, person to person. Like you can, just like anybody, like he was like that one, that really worked. Like we were like just
Right.
hitting together. Or on the lower end where it's just like, oh, they were nice. Like we had a pleasant time.
Yeah.
And like it was just like, you know, not like running through like the motions, but still just like, you know, a little bit of like meandering or just like how's your day? What do you do for work? That stuff. And I still like doing that. I like to just like talk to people and stuff. But I just love making dumb jokes and like just doing bits and stuff
Hell
the whole
yeah.
time. Shout out Dylan Porter for doing bits with me all the time.
Awesome.
Heck yeah, dog. But yeah, like again, just I don't know. Like I'm a person who's always gotten like tattoos from so many people. So like, but I love when I do have people that like I only want you and stuff like that for like whatever reason. Like I encourage them. Like if you like a person, go get tattooed by them. Don't ever feel like you're like cheating on me about that. Again, with the
Right. Yeah.
marriage contract and stuff like
We're
that.
locked in.
Yeah,
For life.
but like again, the fact that like it's something that like somebody's trusting me or whoever's tattooing them to like put something on them that's going to be forever and like, age with them and be a part of their life and stuff like that is just in its own right very intimate and very cool. But yeah, that's all.
Love that. How about you, man?
I forgot the question.
Is when you're tattooing, is it like, for me at least, it's like a bonding
Oh
thing?
yeah.
I said, is it that, or is it like, does it vary per tattoo?
Yeah, I mean it varies. You get people in your chair who aren't very talkative. You do your thing. You give them their good tattoo, and they
Like
go
a
on.
Hell's Angel, like I
Yeah.
don't talk.
Yeah, you may never see them again. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you get people in your chair where you're the whole time you're just having fun. You're laughing. There's nothing cooler than when you're tattooing someone and they're on that same level as you, because at that point the tattoo is just a product of hanging out.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
cool. And people come back. Those people are like, oh yeah, I hit it off with you so well. I want you to do this next piece for me,
Right.
kind of thing. Now, having said that, there are those people who will sit down in your chair and they won't say anything. They'll still come back to you because you do great work.
How is that? Because that's a good follow up. How is that? Like, how's the difference? Because I know you were just saying like it is cool, like when you are on the same wavelength.
Absolutely.
How is it? How do you either? I don't want to say handle it, but how do you go through it when you're not?
A lot of times you just kind of do your thing. It's weird because obviously you want to create that rapport with people and you want to talk to them. So
How's your day? No.
yeah, some people are like,
Yeah.
I don't really talk about it. There are a few things people will always talk about.
Yeah.
Right.
So
You kind of find those moments.
yeah, as an artist, if you're well versed in like pop culture and sports is a big one, football season, you'd be hard pressed to find someone who you can't talk about football with.
At least a little bit.
Yeah. So
they
there's
know somebody.
there's always that one thing
Right.
you can kind of, if you can get it out of them, then they open up.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
So it's like reading people almost a little
And it
bit.
depends on how long you sit there. For a 10-minute tattoo, it's a lot of work to have a conversation for a 10-minute tattoo.
Yeah.
But when you're spending 3, 4, 5 hours with
Like
somebody,
we got to do something.
Yeah, we got to do something. So
Okay. Now, I know that my guy is all the way in Ohio. He's in Lima.
no
Oh.
way. Who's your guy?
His name's Tame.
Tame. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I tattooed in Lima for 10 years before I came here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where at? Were you at
So
was you at Major?
I was at Professional Touch.
Okay. Yeah, I know where that is.
Which is the building that.
Where? Oh, you got.
For like a year or something like that.
Yeah, he wasn't here.
But yeah,
I tattooed Tame before
Yeah.
he was a tattooer.
Great guy.
Yeah,
Great
he's
guy.
an awesome dude.
Yeah.
shout out King.
Yeah. My
their
dog.
current building is in the building that I spent a decade slaving away in.
Yeah.
I've destroyed that toilet so much if you're listening to this.
You can believe that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Toilets, mini pants.
Absolutely.
Have been destroyed by
'Cause-
vowels.
Cause like looking at it, like what you're even just about the bonding thing, like when we did this, like I could tell where we're at the point now where I could be like, oh, you were at Dark Horse for this one, or I was
Yeah.
like, oh, you're at grade A here, grade A or here.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, kind
Yeah.
of following it out. So.
Yeah. Tame, I miss you, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm trying to get him to slide back, like
Yeah.
come on through.
Yeah.
He said he's thinking about it, you know, like whenever he gets the chance. But hey, I'm just saying, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's nuts. Small world.
What's one of the craziest? I know we were talking about like more in tattoo in the studio, but like what's some of the crazy moments that you've had or cherishing moments that you've had in the conventions?
Yeah. So I've talked a little bit about it, but I'm pretty big on self-doubt.
Okay.
But as I've gone and done these, again, I have so much like encouragement from other artists and stuff at those conventions that are just like about my shit or like wanting to get tattooed by me as well. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, so it's always weird tattooing another tattooer because I'm like, you're gonna hate this. Like, you're gonna judge every moment of this. But again, I've gotten to like tattoo my fair share, Dustin included. But again, some like random folks that I really connected with, and like through the encouragement, I've been putting more stuff out there to be like, maybe we can put that out there like on the stage and see if it wins anything.
Right.
And from like putting myself out there more, I've gotten a few like awards and stuff like that
Hey.
for like healed traditional stuff, or a couple for like fresh tattoos for that day and stuff like that, like, which is like wild to me, like compared to like some of these like just fucking bigger names, cooler stuff. I'm watching them go across the stage, and I'm like, that thing's gonna win, what are you talking about? And then I'll get like, again, first or second or third or whatever, like that, any sort of moment, or even just getting even a notice from like one of the other judges that are judging it, that just like, that's really cool, or getting critiques from them, like, and seeing like what they like, what they would change and stuff like that. Again, just all this constant growth, reassurance, and again, alignment as well, like if I am not doing the right moments and stuff like that. So that's always like, I mean, one of the biggest like takeaways that I get from every show that we go to is just, realigning to like, what do I want to do, what can I do better, and all that jazz.
And the stuff that you learn or pick up at these
Mhm.
shows, like, is it like a combination of like even like technique and then like maybe even how you draw even, or like
Sometimes it's technique. Like obviously being around all these other artists, you can watch what they're doing. Like, that's interesting. That's a little different. And like, do you do this because of this? Yeah, okay. Again, just more ideas out there. But again, the main thing is just like taking risks, trying new things, seeing what works, seeing what like resonates with people. Like,
Okay.
again, just try some stuff, see how it works. If you trust yourself more, you're gonna end up with a cooler thing, and you're gonna end up with just more innovation every time. Just trying things out. Like, I saw this other guy try this once. Maybe it'll work for me. No, okay. But like, just again, pushing everything forward constantly.
Awesome. Dustin, how about you?
You're gonna have to refresh me on.
No,
I'm
you're
listening
good.
to
You're
Garrett
good. You're
so
good.
well.
What's the question?
So, in conventions, like, what's some of your moments at conventions?
Oh
like,
yeah, okay, yeah. So, I mean, I enjoy meeting people, tattooers that I've looked up to for a long time,
yeah,
and you meet them and you find out they're just normal dudes, normal human beings who are more than willing to share their knowledge with you, which is super rad. You think it's this the big fish aren't swimming around with the little fish, but at a convention, it's all the same pond. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, they're swimming in there and they're helping you with anything you could possibly need help with, which is it's a awesome thing. It's pretty cool. And then what Garrett was saying as far as putting yourself out there.
Mm-hmm.
So we did, what was it, 14 shows last year?
Yeah.
And I had, when you go to a show, you have a table out front. You can put your designs, your flash, your prints, whatever. You're trying to sell people from that table.
Okay.
So I had a bunch of designs sitting on that table, and nobody was really biting. I mean, here and there. And they were just like little things that I thought people would want. So we just got back from Detroit, did a show up there, and my table had stuff that I just wanted to draw. I didn't draw any of it for specific tattoos or anything. I just sat down. I like to draw when when I got nothing going on, to see what I can come up and create. And I decided to put a bunch of those on the table, and I didn't have to draw a single thing for anybody over the weekend. Everyone chose Flash, worked off cool designs, and
Awesome.
it made me feel good. Yeah, although I did do a couple of Garrett's Flash pieces,
I'm dead.
which I'm super pumped about, but
Yeah.
I still didn't have the drawing.
Yeah. Right.
Now, when you're out there, I'll kind of ask the same thing too. Like, when you're out there, like, is there anything that you picked up out there that that you feel stuck out the most, or is it like just still like a constant sense of learning all the time, like,
Oh yeah,
trying to be better every time?
Yeah, definitely trying to get better every time. One thing I did learn, and I've always been like a forward people person.
Yeah.
During my apprenticeship, my whole first year was like just learning how to talk to people. So if you put yourself out there and you talk to the people who come up to your table, odds are they'll come back. If you build that little bit of rapport and they say, cool, well, I just got here, I'm gonna go walk around the rest of the show and see what's going on.
Right.
I've had a handful of people last year come up to me and say, you were the only one who stopped to talk to me.
It's which is crazy.
Yeah, and they're like, I want you to do this piece for me. So it's, you basically learn if you make the effort, it pays off.
I love it. I love it, man. Hey, man, I appreciate your time. Appreciate both of you guys coming on out. You know,
Thanks
taking
for
time.
talking.
Yeah, man. Anytime. You know, like I do follow ups of this too. I call this kind of almost like the jumping. Like
Yeah.
you're jumping in the gang now.
Yeah.
Where I do a follow up called the check in, which everybody knows you'll be back on, and like
We'll be back.
yeah, and like I'll like do like kind of not like the same questions, but
Yeah.
like, you know, like how things been, like a
Yeah.
follow up, just like how things been, like has this worked out for you? Did you get to do what you planned on doing?
Yeah.
And all that jazz. So definitely not like a one off over here, a one and done. So definitely appreciate you guys
Yeah, for
again.
sure.
But before you guys get on out of here and keep doing your thing, I only got one more question for you guys. Where do you see all this stuff going in the next like couple of years? Like what's the overall goals here for both Garrett and Dustin?
I mean, when it comes to career, my goal is again just constant growth, constant new stuff,
Okay.
just like putting it out there. But comes to life and career, Dustin and I do a lot of shows together, and we're now afraid of planes.
Awesome.
So we're gonna start driving to all these shows, and we're gonna have our own little apparent like buddy road trip movie-esque sort of thing going
like
on,
that.
where we're driving from like here to like Dallas in a couple months and stuff like that. So it's like 15-16 hours of driving.
Yeah.
To who knows where, and like,
Man.
and yeah, we're getting real
Independent
farting
film
a
I
lot.
smell
Yeah.
right now.
But yeah, just a lot of just like, you know, good times and growth all the time. And then again, just in my personal life, I just want to hang out with my wife and my kitties, and that's about all I need to be happy. Do cool tattoos, pet my cats. What else is there?
I love it. I love it. Dustin, how about you, man?
I would, next couple years, I would like to, I think it's a weird concept, but imagine the whole thing is one big party. Everyone's at this gorgeous ball, you know, doing their thing.
Birthday party.
It's a birthday party. And I don't want to be the star of the party or any of that jazz. I just want people to know that I was there, kind of thing. You know, I'm getting older. Been doing this for 14 years already. Like,
Okay.
I might have another good 15 years left in me.
Yeah.
So I'd like to work on, making a good impression, a positive influence in the trade, the best I can on it, you know.
I love it, man. Like I said, guys, I appreciate you guys taking the time out, showing us like who you are, what you do, and doing everything you can, man, and bettering the community and all that jazz. So appreciate you guys. But we'll go down the line again. Shout out all the places that we can find you at besides Studio 13.
Yeah, in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
But
located at 416 West Coliseum Road.
Yes.
We take
There you go.
walk-ins. We do. A lot.
We do.
Yeah,
And you'd be
as well
surprised,
as
like
Mike
people.
and
You'd be surprised. I've seen
Toby
people still that
sometimes.
don't do walk-ins.
Yeah, it's coming back. Is
it?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
getting back around.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, all that stuff will be down in the description below. But shout that stuff out.
Yeah. Again, Studio 13 always. Dark Horse Tattoo. Love those guys. Matt Carmer especially. Love you, buddy. And then I don't know. I'm starting a band. We're playing out sometime eventually. No idea. But that's called Death Blight. That'll be around. I do vocals, so you'll see this smiling face yelling at you. Sorry about that.
Love it.
It's not too bad.
Okay.
Like it's my best one so far. But again, my friends are in it. It's gonna be awesome.
Might have to talk about that next time.
We'll see. That'll be in 2 years.
Yeah, come on. Let's do it.
But again, yeah, you know, just doing stuff, making stuff. It's cool. Again, Studio 13, Dark Horse Tattoo, Death Blight, my wife in Safe Haven Studio. She does esthetician stuff. She's great, as well as laser, tattoo removal. She's working against me. It's weird, but
Yes.
but yeah,
Yin and yang.
but
out
anyways,
here.
she's great. Shout out Trub, my favorite kitty. Love you to death. And that's about it.
There we
Hot
go.
dogs are cool. Pizza is cool. My Instagram is Garrett X Jerome. And that's about it. And then Deathblade again, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyways, Dustin, how about you?
Shout out to Deathblight
Oh yeah,
because it's my buddy's band. It's pretty good. Yeah, and of course, Studio 13 Tattoo. My Instagram is tattoos by Dustin B. Yeah, it's the one with the picture of a rooster. And we're doing a ton of conventions. 13 or 14 of them everywhere from Vegas to Atlanta, clear up to Milwaukee, Madison.
Ooh-wee.
TattooFestival.com will give you all of those. Ooh, I'm sorry, TattooFest.com. That's TAT. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, TattooFest.com. Yeah, check those out. So, Garrett's got more.
One more.
Deathblade.
Oh, here it comes. He pulled out the phone. He's
Yeah,
got
I
the
just wanted to
official.
get the official dates. If you're in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and don't want to get tattooed at Studio 13 Tattoo,
Love it.
specifically, I want to get tattooed at a show. August 1st through the 3rd, Fort Wayne Tattoo Festival will be going on for its 4th year, which is crazy. As well as, if you haven't seen, Big Fort Fest, which is going to be replacing, not replacing, but Three Rivers Festival is no more. Now Big Fort Fest is coming, and it's going to be awesome, and you're going to love it. I can't wait. Heck yeah.
Okay. All right, man. Like I said, appreciate you guys. Make sure you tap in. But until next time, stay royal out there. Peace. Hey, yo, I definitely appreciate y'all for checking out this here video. Make sure you go ahead and check out any of the new and old content that is right above me. And make sure y'all stay royal out there. Peace.